Well, that is what I'm wondering. Like, are these scars still existing? Like, is this like, have you
Yeah.
moved on? Like, is that captured in this album at all? And does that mean that you've healed and moved on? Or
No, I think I'm still healing. I think healing is a never-ending process, but um I'm at a better place with everything for sure. I feel a lot better and I feel much more able to talk about these things because when you talk about things publicly, like you're gonna most likely be ripped apart and chewed up about anything and like, opening up to especially a place that is always constantly never ending changing with their opinions on me. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna open up about this and people are gonna use it as something to make fun of me with and
mm,
I'm not ready for all that. So yeah, it's been tough. It's been weird, but I'm still like working through it.
are you in a nostalgic place? Are you like like, how do you get there?
I just talk a lot and like when I'm in the studio I just rant about like experiences and my writers and producer and everything. They know everything about me literally and I just am like we can write about this but it has to be discreet and it can't be too like like Stay Numb and Carry On that whole song is like kind of if you listen to it all the way through you're like I don't really get what I just listened to but also like I do.
Is there anything that comes effortless to you?
Now, yes, thankfully.
Like what?
That whole song, I was saying how I like, had to force a smile, I had to force a happy day. I have those now, and I can actually like be happy and feel good about things, and not, like wallow in my misery all the time. So even just like I'm just grateful that I can laugh and smile and enjoy my time without being always constantly like interrupted by negative and scary thoughts.
What changes? The people you surround yourself with?
No, I try not to give other people too much credit in like
Oh,
my healing. That's also something that I say to my fans all the time because some fans will be like, you saved my life or, you got me out of like, and I'm like, no, you did that. Like, don't give me the credit because I maybe helped you, but you did that. You got yourself out of that dark place. And that's completely not for you to take away from yourself. Like, recognize that within yourself and tell yourself like I'm proud of you. Don't tell me, because you did this yourself. And so I think it's this kind of like matter of yes, 100%. There were people around me, my therapist, my friends, whatever, who got me out of that time. And I probably wouldn't have been able to do it without them, particularly making the album and my people I made it with. But on the same token, I got myself out of there and I wouldn't have been able to do it without, my strong will and my thick skin. And I feel like that's important to note. And I try not to like discredit that too much.
is there anything creatively that comes effortless to you?
Yeah, now it does. Like again, it's all just been growth. Like we wrote literally we have 7 songs on the second album already, and we had 4 days of a writing camp. Like we write songs so quickly and so like they just flow now, and it's just so rewarding and so fun to like be able to create music. I'm also drinking apple juice, so don't judge me. Thank
What?
you.
It's
Oh,
okay.
I love apple juice.
Yeah, I'm a Martinelli's guy.
Me too. Me too. Especially the ones that you can bite and they sound like an apple.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
Does all this come easy to you because you finally found like what kind of music you want to make and you're not being forced to do something you don't want to do?
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like if I was still trying to be like crammed into this box, I would not be able to. I just wouldn't put an album. I would be like, no, I'm not doing that. I could release singles forever, but an album like it has to be me. And really, I wasn't gonna put it out unless the label was down for me to like make it like I wanted it to be. Because it's a weird album. Like it's not necessarily a pop album. You listen to it and you're not like, oh, this is pop straight up. It's very like multifaceted multi-category genre album, I think.
Well,
So
yeah, you definitely hear all the influences you've talked about in the past, whether it be like Lana Del Rey or Tame Impala, or I know you're into like 1950s or 60s. You can hear some of that in there. We know you're very heavily influenced by movies. The whole thing is kind of cinematic. Was that the goal to put all those influences into Madison?
yeah, I think 100%. I wanted to kind of pay homage to the things that I loved and the artists who I really respect and who've impacted me so much. But yeah, I just wanted it to be me. I wanted you to be able to listen to it blindly, and if you've heard like me ever speak, you're like, okay, this is probably Madison Beer singing, and it makes sense. And it's like it finally feels like it aligns with who I truly am, which means so much because sometimes I put out a song and I'm like, yeah, this is cool, but like it doesn't represent me. Or that's a lot of pressure to put on one song. But like that's how I feel about social media is I'm like, you look at my Instagram, it's like, that's not me. Like, you don't know me. I can't post my whole personality all the time. Like, there's no way to do that. So I'm like the kind of person where I'm constantly feeling like I have to like show the world, like, this is actually who I am. Pay attention to who I truly am. And this is the album. I think it does that finally and actually like explains to people who I am.
Well, do you understand anything more about your sound and the sound you want to create moving forward after making this album?
For sure. Yeah. I think it's just like whatever feels right and good to me. I can't put like a name on it or a description, but I feel like I'm just doing things that feel good to me. Like the second album that we're making right now is like very different from Life Support, but it's also like still just me. And like,
so what have you pulled from Life Support that you're taking with you?
Life Support gave me the ability to actually like have confidence in writing songs and actually have confidence, like having input on the production side. So I think what I mainly would be taking is like the fact that I have the strength and the ability to actually like write music confidently now, because Life Support is what made me able to do so. Prior to Life Support, I feel like I was always a little bit nervous in a room, and I was like Selfish was the first song I ever wrote that I was like, okay, this is really good. That was the first song that I was like, I can write music. And I came up with all the strings and all the harmonies, and I was like, I want to, you know, like produce some of this as well. And so, yeah, it gave me a lot of confidence.
Were you really alone on New Year's Eve?
In the song that the New Year's Eve I was talking about, I was.
I spent New Year's alone this year, and it was the best New Year's ever.
You love being alone. Love it.
Why were you alone on New Year's that year?
Because my ex-boyfriend like ditched me to go hang out with celebrities and stuff.
When he had a celebrity right in his own house?
Yeah, man. Well, this was like, y'all setting me up. This was like 2 years ago. And this was like, we were at Delilah. Y'all know Delilah.
Oh,
and
we know.
yeah, we were at Delilah, and like, I don't know. It was just a classic like big New Year's party. And the whole night I was just by myself, and I was really sad because I was like, and then I think the night ended with us getting into like a fight or something, and I ended up going home alone. I was really sad, and I was like, what the hell?
All right, well, I have a question. Since you've obviously had some very public relationships, we're not going to name any names, but I've grown up. I'm an adult now.
Proud of you.
Yeah, well, is it hard for you to release these songs knowing people will kind of like go back, see when they were written, see who you're talking about, taking people back 5, 6, 7 times, and they're like, okay, I know who this is about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what I did. I mean, it's hard not to.
Right. Yeah. Good for you. I think that
He has a lot of time.
yeah, I think that it's kind of just what you get when you date an artist, to be completely frank. Like, I'm going to write songs about you, bro. It's okay. It's going to happen. But I don't really mind it. No, I think like when I choose now, I'm much more mindful about what I put out there, because I'm like, once it's out there for good, you know? So I feel like I decided to make my relationships public with certain people that I don't know, who cares? I don't really care. It's okay. I mean, in Selfish, I like literally say his sign and stuff. So it's a little like blatant. And I'm not trying to hide it either. I want the songs to come across as like real and organic as possible.
Interesting. Does it make it hard to love moving forward?
Yeah, relationships scare me. I'm a very like, I'm just protective with my heart. And I'm like, I in my eyes, this is so negative, but everyone is guilty until proven innocent. So like when I date someone or start seeing somebody, I'm like, you're going to hurt me so bad. And I'm going to be so like destroyed because I really like you. And like, I don't know. I just am like much more careful when I get myself involved with somebody. And I pay attention to red flags a lot more than I did in the past. And I'm very, very like, this is what I will tolerate. This is what I won't. And if you step out of bounds,
Yeah.
hit the road, you know?
So are you dating David?
No. Didn't we make that clear in the podcast?
I don't know, dude. To be honest with you, somebody else watched it for me.
I was hoping you'd be wearing your gummy bear necklace so I could ask a question about that, but you're not. But here I am asking about a necklace you're not even wearing.
Gummy bear necklace? It's a teddy bear. It's not a gummy.
Okay, same thing.
Well, no, that's not true. You eat one and you hug another.
Can eat both if you want. So you say relationship scares you, and it's not a bad thing, but it seems like you are often in a relationship.
I am. I'm a codependent person. I'm still working through that, Dan.
You're a what?
I'm a very codependent person. I also like enjoy. I'm not. You know what? To be fair, to defend myself, I'm not often in a relationship. First of all, I've been with the same two men back and forth for like the past 6 years, just them two, and then there's been other people since then. And I've just chosen to not talk about it publicly because I feel like it's been going great offline. And I would like to keep it that way because it's, it just complicates it all the time. And I feel like me and said individual are very happy offline.
Wait, so there is a relationship going on?
I will confirm. Yes.
Zach, if you go on the internet, it's sitting there.
Quiet, Dan.
What?
I mean, I'm trying to just listen to the art, I'm trying to let the art lead the way.
I love this. I love that this is literally Zach's show, and you are the one who like makes Dan the bad guy always. It's the best thing ever. I love it. But no, I really like, it's tough because it's like, there's also the sense of like, am I not disrespecting, but like, it could make somebody feel like, well, why were you public with your other boyfriends and not me or whatever, that kind of thing. But it's like,
yeah, but then they're not dating you for the right reasons. Like, well, get married and then be public. Like, let's cross a few bridges.
Yeah, I agree, but it's also can be tough because it's like when you see that I was public in the past, but I'm like, I'm trying to protect us and protect this and cherish it offline because it's just like, it just complicates things. And I don't need people up in my relationship or my business. And I just, I've done it in the past and look how it's turned out both times. So it's like, I'm not trying to do it again. And I feel like if I get to a place that I want to, sure. But like, I don't think I'm there.
No, clout shouldn't be involved in these relationships. And
no, definitely, and that's exactly why I don't want to do it. Is because that's not. There's so many people who date nowadays to just like start conversations and to like
Yes, me. I'm out there all the time, just dating up a storm.
Dating up all the celebs in the town.
Dude, they run away from me. It's crazy.
But it's just like that shouldn't play. I agree, that shouldn't play a factor. Followers and who's like, I don't know. I've seen people talk a lot of crap about me and certain people that I might be seen with, and like, well, why is she dating this person? I'm like, well, why do you care? You're not dating him. Leave me alone. Like, what if I like him? Like, it's just I don't know. And then it makes them feel bad, and I wouldn't want to. I don't know. Sometimes I feel guilty when I'm in a relationship because I'm like, the amount of stuff you have to go through because you're dating me, I feel bad. I feel bad.
But you should only unveil that side of it when you know it's somebody like who's capable of carrying that luggage. You know, like what you can't do that every time. And then it's like, oh.
And I also don't want to be that person who's always like, this is my boyfriend and the love of my life. And then a month later, this is my new boyfriend, the love of my life. And I'm like, babe, come on, let's not do all that. So I try to keep it offline until it's like, I don't know.
Real. Who is the person that...
Hey, I said I'm an adult now. We're not naming names.
Oh, we're okay. Got it. So it's not David Dobrik.
It's not David Dobrik. David is my homie who never rejected me, making it crystal mother clear.
Why did he do that? What I don't understand that. Is he dating somebody else? Is he like...
He never did. He never rejected me. This is just this dumb TikTok thing that people love to comment saying like, this is the girl David rejected. I'm like, where did y'all get that? It's because he said we did a video together one time on his channel. We were like roasted each other. And he was like, you only like guys who have no interest in you. That's why you've been in love with me for 6 months or whatever he said. But it was a joke. Like, we were joking. And like, everyone has a crush on David at one point or another when they like start hanging out with him.
Yeah, but I can say the same about you. Everybody has a crush on you at one point or another. Like a lot of stranger men that you never know have crushes on you at one point or another.
That for sure. 100%. Read my DMs. They're frightening.
I'm pretty sure I have a friend or two that's tried to get in there.
My old assistant, she used to, like, one of her guy friends would DM her every single time she posted a story about me, like the most vulgar stuff. No. And I would be like, you're crazy. Like, literally, he would say the craziest stuff.
What a disgusting pig. And, the internet really gives somebody a shield. They really do think that is like, you could say whatever and it's not going to get back to them.
When we met, I was like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Madison. He's like, nice to meet you. I'm like, I've literally seen you say that you want to for 7 hours. So relax, bro. Like,
Whoa. Whoa there.
Jesus Christ.
sorry, this is a PG show. I don't remember.
No, it's okay. You're fine.
Dan looking at his computer. It always scares me when Dan looks at his computer.
No, I know what I can bring up and what I can't because
What?
I'm smart now. Homesick, you teased that on our show like a year or two ago, right?
Yes.
I did?
Yeah, we listened to that song in the studio. You played it here for us.
Oh my God, yes, we did. Isn't that so crazy? That was so long ago.
It really was. I mean, that 2 years ago, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you were here doing ASMR at the time, which,
Oh my God, I loved that. We should do it again.
by the way, like I just, the comments on that video make me laugh. But I remember that. That was 2 years ago.
Well, is there a deeper message in that song, or is that you truly
has to
feeling
be.
like you don't belong here on planet Earth?
Yeah, like what's wrong with Earth?
Okay, like it's not that. Like it's obviously metaphorical, and it's kind of just like, yeah, it's feeling like I've never really belonged here, and not in the sense of like I think I'm an alien. Like people already have started with that, where they're like, "Oh, does she think she's an alien?" I'm like, "Are y'all okay?"
You talk about like being abducted. It sounds like you're singing to like the alien lord above you.
I'm singing to aliens. That's what I'm singing to. I'm not kidding. Like the song is literally like it's like and I'm so there's the lyric where it's like and you get to like look down upon everybody and whatever. Like those are and I'm alone faking at this after party. Like that lyric and stuff like yeah, that's me literally talking to like other life forms that might be out there who I'm like jealous of because I sometimes don't feel like, and that's another thing with like just BPD. Like I dissociate a lot and I'll feel like this crazy sense of, I'm a bit dramatic, I guess. I like, if I get hurt by a lot of people like consecutively, maybe I start to be like, I'm not bred the same way that some people are. And like, maybe that's just my poor choice in who I've picked friends through colors being shown, which sucked. But,
for the best. Yes.
Yeah, but it's hard. And I feel like when things like that happen and you think you know somebody so well and you think that you know, really like, this is your person or these are your people, this is your friend group. And then you'll hear about something or someone will do something and you're just like, what, man? Like, how? And then that'll lead me to the conclusion of like, I don't belong on this planet. Y'all are like different.
We have Baby still on the album Stained Glass. There's 17 songs on this body of work. It is called Life Support. There's a link in the description below if you want to listen to it. What is Stained Glass about?
Stained Glass was one of the earliest songs written on the whole album. That song is pretty much just about like, I love the lyrics of Stained Glass. I think arguably the most on the whole album. Like, my skin is made of glass, but apparently it's stained because you notice all my cracks but can't look inside the pain. That's just my way of saying like, I've always been someone who I feel like my laundry has always been aired out for everyone to see. And I feel like I've never really been able to like experience things privately, I guess. And so it's like my skin's made of glass. And then I say, but apparently it's stained because sometimes people don't ever factor in, well, like what don't we see behind closed doors? And like what has she maybe been through that we don't know about and X, Y, and Z and all that kind of stuff. And so that's what that lyric is about. Just like, apparently it's stained. Like apparently y'all can see the glass, but you just can't see anything that's deeper like than skin deep. It's just all superficial and nonsensical. And so it kind of just was like, oof. And yeah, I wrote the second half of it, which was the part like, but you notice all my cracks, but can't look inside the pain is like, you notice, you know, like let's say a scandal or something I say that might be taken wrong or that I say that's wrong or whatever, or a mistake I've made, but then you can't look at my growth or you can't look at, you know,
not seeing the full picture and the full person.
Yeah. And that was kind of what I wrote that about was like, I was really exhausted and really bummed about feeling like I was constantly being like painted as a monster, but then I was never given like any form of benefit of the doubt or like, you know, well, what is the real story behind this, et cetera, et cetera.